Hey everybody, it's Emma. Thank you so much for joining me in this video today. I'm going to put some makeup on my face, and I'm continuing to use the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette as part of my Where Are the Eyeshadow series. So let's just dive in. Now I have brows on already. I'm going to put an eyeshadow base. This is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus eyeshadow primer. Primer is the word I wanted instead of base, but you know what I mean. I do actually have a thought of what I want to do. I think I'm going to start actually putting an eyeshadow base on. This is the Milani Shadoweyes pencil in Almond Cream. It's not the perfect shade for me, honestly, but it will help just to even out my eyelid. I'm planning on more of an eyeliner sort of look today, not too much actually on my eyelids, so I want to just kind of take down any discoloration, all that jazz. Alright, next I just want to map out a little definition in the crease, and I think for that I'm actually going to go into Pecan Praline, which is this cool grayish taupey color. This is going to be a very cool look, I think. And I'm just taking my e.l.f. crease brush and blending that into the crease. I don't really want it to be too defined, and I think this kind of grayish color will help it just look like a shadow. And blend and blend and blend and blend forever. All right, now I'm going to take a small angled brush. This is the Real Techniques NYX Picks eyeliner brush into Earl Grey. And just in the outer corner, I want to map out a little wing. It's actually pretty even for me. I'm going to bring that along the outer half of the lower lash line and the upper. Then I'm going to blend that in with the crease brush a little bit. Now over here, you see how my well, not my lid, but this part right here kind of droops down. It's just gonna get worse, I know, but I just want to add a little extra eyeshadow there so it looks a little less droopy. I'll go back and kind of accentuate the wing, and then ditto on the other side. And then I'm just gonna stamp that Earl Grey shade. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way in, but most of the way, maybe like to the end of my iris. All right, so that's the basic shape. I'm actually going to continue on with the rest of my face and then maybe go back and add a little something. Wouldn't necessarily have to, but we'll see how I feel when the rest of my face is on. I am actually gonna throw some mascara on before I do the rest of my face. This is the Essence Lash Princess. And to conceal under my eyes, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Illumi-naughty pen. Definitely not a pencil. Blend that in with a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. And then using the NYX No Filter powder on a Real Techniques setting brush to set that under my eyes. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use a new product. This is the Buxom Show Some Skin Weightless Foundation. I've only had this for about a week. I will have already filmed and uploaded a short little haul video where I talk about this, and I will link it around somewhere. And so far, I'm really liking it. It's a light to medium coverage, so it makes my skin just look like nice skin. It doesn't cover up freckles. I mean, it's not going to cover up any acne things that I have, but it just evens out any redness in my skin, blends into the skin really nicely. This is the shade Tickle the Ivory. I will also, this is reminding me to film an updated kind of Project Pan, because I'm kind of failing on it in a few different ways. So I'm just going to spread this all around. I'm still kind of experimenting with my favorite way to blend this foundation in. So I'm going to try the e.l.f. foundation brush, the Selfie Ready foundation brush, because I haven't yet. While I blend, has anybody seen the new summer Wet n Wild limited edition collection, the unicorn one? I'm curious what your thoughts are. I am kind of like, ugh. Although I still kind of want the unicorn brush, even though I hate myself a little for wanting it. Because it's kind of, it's silly. But it's pretty. And I definitely know I'm going to get all 3 of the eyeshadow pigments, even though the video I saw where they were used, none of them looked all that pigmented. And while I have it in my head that they'll be kind of duochrome-y shifty, I know they're not. They're just going to be shimmery and probably not that pigmented. But I'm going to buy all 3 of them anyway because I have a problem. The highlighters I'm going to try really hard to skip because I already have a lot of highlighters, most of them Wet n Wild, and I'm already not going to get through all of the highlighters that I own. What else was there? Oh, the lipsticks. I'm iffy on those too, but I'm sure they're going to be so cheap that I'm like, I'll get one anyway. So we'll see. I'd love to hear your thoughts though on the unicorn. I guess the unicorn trend in general, and also the Wet n Wild summer. The rainbow highlighter looks ridiculous, I have to say. It's pretty in the pan, though. I don't know, people. All right, and I will set, I actually really liked how that brush blended that foundation. And so you can hopefully see, I'll get up close to you folks. So oh, and there's a shadow, as always. So you can definitely still see freckles. And obviously, you know, all of that little acne fun is coming through, but redness is gone from my cheeks, from my nose. I'm really, really liking this foundation. All right, for blush, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild ColorIcon blush. It's in the shade Pearlescent Pink. There we go. I've been using a lot of this kind of blush lately. If you saw my April favorites, the Milani Rose Blush, grab my mirror, the Milani Rose Blush in Blossom Time Rose, say that 3 times fast, that was kind of my go-to blush last month, and I haven't been using the Wet n Wild ones as often, so I'd like to kind of get them back in my rotation or realize, you know what, I really prefer the Milani ones and I can declutter these. Using an e.l.f. blush brush. Now, one thing about these, they are crazy pigmented. So if you know you tend to have kind of a heavy hand with blush, these might not be the ones for you. They are really beautiful and easy to blend and very inexpensive. So even if I were to declutter them, it's not because I don't like them. I just have others that I prefer. If you know what I mean. I don't need more highlighter. Will I put some on anyway? Yes. Another Wet n Wild. This is the MegaGlo highlighting powder in Precious Petals. E.l.f. small taper brush. Just for fun, and since it's right next to me. Although every time I'm editing this, whenever I add extra products I don't really need, I always get irritated with myself because that's more shit I have to type out in the description box. I'm going to go back into the Bon Bon palette really quickly. I'm going to go into Cafe Au Lait. I'm not going to be all that different from every other tutorial. But here we go. On an accent brush. And I'm just going to blend that to the inner corner. And tear duct. Just add a little shine. But I think I'll leave the eyes pretty much there. All right, and since I have it in my lap on my lips, I'll use the Vice lipstick palette. I have to say, this brush that came in the palette was great for a little while, but now it's just shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. concealer brush, which I much prefer for lips. I think I talked about that in my brush collection video, which I will link. That video does have timestamps because I know it's a long-ass video, so if you don't care to watch the whole thing, I will not be offended. I'm going to go into Amulet here. Funny, you can always tell what, or I can always tell anyway, what videos I've been filming by what makeup I use in my next Get Ready With Me, because it's just going to be whatever I left lying around because I don't clean. Got a little bit of that metallic-ness, and actually, now, you know what, I'm going to go into Ex-Girlfriend, just add a little extra shine in the center. That is the finished look. Let me attempt to, oh dear, next week, my hair is getting done, and I am so excited. Although I think I'm going to keep some of this length. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I think it will be kind of dark blue and teal. That's what I'm envisioning. This kind of, these blonde spots, I want them to be like a teal, and then the roots to be a really deep, deep, deep blue. We'll see what we can make happen, or what my hairdresser can make happen, because I will have nothing to do with that, except give her obnoxious ideas. All right. So there we have the finished look. Let me toss my glasses on. I dig it. It could be a pretty quick and easy look if you're not blabbering on. But I hope that my glasses can be cleaned on my shirt, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, smart remarks, let me know in the comments section below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.